Saturday, everyone. Welcome to a live and streaming. The weather's great here in the Bay Area. I'm stoked to be back. I was off last week because Rob went live on IG with Andreas from Sepultura. I hope you guys caught that. It was an awesome interview. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And yeah, it was, I took a break from a live and streaming to watch that, and I'm glad I did because it was awesome. But now, today, we got some special guests all the way from Brazil, a couple of cool people that we had pleasure playing shows with when they were with their old band, but I want to talk about their new band, Crypta. So please welcome Fernanda and Luana from Crypta. Let's see if they jump in soon. Hello, Luana. Hello, Fernanda.
Hey!
Welcome to Alive and Streaming. Thank you very much for taking time on the Saturday to be on the show.
Such an honor. I was so happy when you mentioned you would like to have us here in the show. It truly, truly means a lot. I love you guys in Death Angel, and now, like to have the opportunity to be talking about what we've been doing. It's just really great. Thank you. Thank
No,
you
no,
for
no,
having
Yeah,
us
no,
here.
thank you. I
I
mean,
just
like,
agree.
okay. Um, I want to go back a little bit. We've known you for a while, Fernando. We met you like when we toured Brazil, now 11 years ago.
Exactly. I was going to mention that 11 years ago. I was a 20-year-old baby. It
And
was
that was the
so.
last time we were in Brazil.
Oh
That was the last,
man, you're
yeah.
right. You're
The,
right.
the last show we played was in Sao Paulo at the
Yeah.
Blackmore.
Oh man, that's great. Blackmore. I don't think Blackmore is even like a thing nowadays. Like I don't think it's getting like hosting shows anymore. It was such a nice place. But
Yeah.
yeah, after this nightmare is over, we need to figure out a way of getting you guys back here. But yeah, I remember I was working at a magazine at the time, and the production company that was bringing you guys here, Rock Brigade. And then I was like, yeah, let me just host the guys and everything because I was such a fan. It was pretty nice. It was really
Yeah, it
cool.
was pretty fun, and our paths cross again when you two were in Navosa. We played some shows together. I think the last time we played a show, I don't know if it was Europe or you guys played Rockville Park in Bogota, right? I think that was the last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have a
yeah.
picture there.
Yeah, yeah, that was the last time that I guess we saw each other, and the last time in Europe was when we played that festival in Belgium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
see,
Exactly.
my memory
Rockwell
serves me
Park.
correctly.
Yeah. But I think the other time there was like another time we actually got to bump into each other. I think we got to play a show together, and I forgot the city.
We we played together in the Netherlands with them. They had their
Yeah,
bus, and we played with Death Angel and Warbringer.
exactly.
And
Wait,
even funny thing about this gig is that our current guitarist Sonia was there watching us too that day. So it's just like
wait a minute. What was it in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I think it was at that venue
Brugge,
Balrog or
the
something like
Brugge in
that.
Rotterdam.
Baruch. Yeah, yeah.
That small place, very small.
Yeah. It was such a nice night too. I remember there was a full moon then.
Full moon.
Me and my random memories, I just remember there was a full moon going on.
well, I remember I went to Pizza Hut. That's what I
Pizza
remember.
Pizza Hut. Out of all the places in Holland, you went to Pizza Hut. Well, Pizza Hut's all right.
It's the cheapest option.
Okay, there you go. Now, ladies, again, thank you for joining in. I want to talk about Crypta before I get into. I've been listening to the record this week. Great record, great record. Um, the production's good, and your studio updates were great. And there's so much I want to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about the beginning. Um, you guys haven't been around that long. I mean, Crypto was meant as a side project. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Lou, you can start talking about this.
Come
Otherwise,
on,
I'm
Luana,
always
don't be
gonna
shy. Don't
start
be
it.
shy.
No, I'm always better with questions. Usually when it's casual conversation, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what to say really. I'm terrible,
We're
but
here to have fun. We're here to have a conversation. It's not an interview. Let's just have a chat. I'm gonna get the fanboy out a little bit. So it was meant as a side project, right? I mean, Crypto, you were gonna at the time you were in Navosa, but you wanted to do this band. It wasn't called Crypta then, more as a side project. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, we were playing with Nervosa at the time, and I guess we just wanted something different. Like, even like at least in my point of view at the time, I wanted something that would challenge me more. Like, because Nervosa had its sound already. It was something, it's thrash metal, and you knew what you had to do with the band and how the band sounds like. They were very established already. So I wanted something else that I could go crazy and just try things that I wouldn't put in Nervosa because it didn't fit with the idea or stuff like that. And then Fernanda also liked the idea a lot of having a side project for us to do some different stuff and push ourselves as musicians too, and just have different ideas that wouldn't match Nervosa maybe. And yeah, that's the way we started pretty much. Very, very random, but I'm glad we had a side project.
Yeah. Also, like our relationship was already like a bit worn out there and kind of strained. I don't know. And I thought, I mean, Luana came up originally with the idea, and like she is a death metal drummer. She played thrash for a while, but she's always played death metal, even on the bands before Nervosa. And I remember her mentioning that she kind of missed playing death metal a little. And when she told me she would love to have this side project and that she would love to have me, I mean, I had always been pretty much focused on Nervosa because, like I was doing nearly everything there from the beginning, from talking to the label and just like we were self-managed. So I would get like most of the work done. And I just wouldn't have time to focus on anything else. But because we were, like, our relationship was kind of like this already, I thought it would be like a cool thing to just have like a different creative outlet and a different band environment. I thought this could even be refreshing to our own main band at the time, which was Nervosa. I thought like the whole new situation aside, it would maybe like get me back on being like a little bit more motivated on being in Nervosa. But yeah, but it was definitely meant as a side project on the beginning. But honestly, when it all happened, like I was pretty thankful that Crypta was there already because like I was very sad when I had to make the decision. And if I had to actually start over from scratch, like creating a band name again and stuff like that, I think it would have been like way more difficult to me. So having a side project when it all happened, it was pretty comforting, to be honest, like pretty motivating. Like I knew there was still something where I could work and get my stuff together again.
Now, when you girls left Nervosa, and was there already music written for Crypta before you left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were writing, but very slowly, I would say, because Nervosa was our main band and work, and we were touring a lot at the time. So we would write music very slowly when we had time and days off to do so. And then when we started to, like, when pandemic came and Nervosa was stopping with the tours and everything else, then we started to push ourselves to like polish the songs and write more and think really on how many songs we wanted to have before an album was recorded and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say we could have done that much faster, but we didn't because it was a side project.
Yeah, definitely. I remember also that we were like, we specifically didn't have the intention like to actually present the band, like to everyone there out there in the socials and everything, like for a while. Like I remember we were doing like everything so slow paced because like we were really not planning on getting the band out there. We just did that like way before the album, which was not the planned thing. because people were just like so desperate when we left Nervosa. Everyone was like, "Are you gonna still be in music? Like, what the fuck?" And then we were like, "Okay, let's just tell people, okay, there's this, but it's still gonna take a while." And then everyone was so impatient because we took like another year to start working, actually recording the album. But yeah, we were like writing. So I remember I have like early memories of us writing our first song like in days off on a tour. I remember like Luana was like at her boyfriend's place, and then like during a break on a tour in between tours, and then she sent us a video. And then when me and Luana were together on tour, Sonia would create like the first riffs that we have in Crypta. So yeah, we were just doing like whenever we had time. But then pandemic, in a way, mainly on the beginning, kind of gave us more free time to actually focus on what we wanted with Crypta. But still, we made sure we took our time to do things, like with a proper time, with no rush, because you know
Well, I mean, you guys took your time, but you also made use of your time. You guys got some stuff done. I mean, pandemic, then all of a sudden, I mean, I follow you guys on socials. It's all of a sudden you got Sonia involved. All of a sudden, Sonia came in, and your other guitar player's name, I what's her name?
Taina.
Taina. Yeah, I didn't want to. I was gonna say something else, but I Tanya. And you guys just got down and dirty and fast. Like you guys were writing a lot of songs pretty fast. I mean, this album came, album what, over a year, right? Like you guys been together as a band like under 2 years.
Yeah, under 2 years. Under 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually created the band in around like May, June 2019. So yeah, 2 years. Damn,
Yeah.
we're 2 years old.
2 years. It
Yeah,
feels
2
like
years.
less.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got a lot of work done. I mean, you guys wrote some stuff, and when I was watching the studio update, you guys were sending files back and forth, riffs here and there,
Yeah.
and that's how you wrote the whole album. Have you before you recorded the album, did you guys actually get together and play together at least, or did you guys went straight to the studio?
We didn't even rehearse before recordings. We just like straight, it's your time to record. Go there, do it. It was just
So
all right.
everything was pieced together in the recording studio, pretty much. I mean, you guys had some sort of like idea sending songs back and forth and riffs and all that stuff, but it wasn't until the recording studio that all four of you saw each other and said, "All right, we're gonna record." That's wow. That's pretty bold and different.
Yeah, and whenever I mention this on interviews, whenever I mention the fact that our first rehearsal was actually after the recordings, everyone's like, "Why? Why would you practice like after studio time?" I was like, "That's when we had the time to."
Backwards.
Yeah, but basically, I mean, me and Luana were kind of used to writing music like this, because in Nervosa, like me and her, we live in different states, like pretty far from each other. So in Nervosa, we would do that already. But of course, here and there, we would have time to practice, to like to go for the details on every song. Like, here a break. Should we do a break here, or what riff should we add here? Like, the only difference was that we didn't have this like practicing time to actually put stuff together. That's why our pre-production of the album, that's what I call it.
Yeah. That's what we bad demos, but
bad demos. But that was our pre-production. We took like something like around 8 months to like produce our album, because what we would do in like 30 minutes in studio time, it would take like a week to do on a song, which was like, okay, here's the rough thing, like the rough song, what should we do now? And then let's try like a break here, let's try changing this riff here, let's try to change the structure. And then we would need to re-record the demos like every time. So that's why it took 8 months 8 long months for the pre-production. But then when we got to the studio, everything was pretty much done. Of course, we were open to like producers' ideas and everything. I love being produced, and we were all open, and we all changed stuff here and there. But the raw thing was definitely written, and it got all ready when we got to the studio. Definitely.
So basically, the foundation is there. Then when you got to the studio, you just did some minor arrangements, here tweaks, and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah. Minor stuff, I would say. Like there was like a song that we changed the BPM, so the drums like felt
under the Black Wings.
Yeah, Under the Black Wings, exactly.
I like that song.
Yeah. And also I remember Tainá changing her guitar solo. I had many parts on bass that I would like that I noted down that I wanted to see what a producer would suggest. And then so it was like stuff here and there, but the raw thing was all ready. We had like 95% of the album ready when we got to the studio, I guess.
Now, the really cool thing, I'm a guitar player. The guitars are great on this record. Sonia and Tanya. The guitar work that they do is cool. Very melodic solos. They complement each other really well. Now, how did you find these great players?
Come on, Lu.
Sorry. All right.
Okay, you talk about Sonia, I talk about Tainá, because I remember Tainá messaged me particularly, and I have a nice story to talk about there.
Yeah, how did you find these two great players? I mean, wow, they really added some cool stuff to the music.
When we started to think about having this side project, of course, we thought that we need a guitarist first of all, because it was just me and Fernanda from the beginning, and we immediately kind of looked at each other, and Sonia had just happened, like we knew that both of us knew that we wanted Sonia without even talking about it, because we were kind of fans of her before we invited her to the band. We followed her work and her Instagram videos and her channel and stuff. And we played together with her previous band, Burning Witches, in Switzerland. So we got to meet her there and see her play live. She's very performatic. So more than just playing extremely well, she also is very good on stage and stuff. And we were fans of her. She had a death metal band too. She was a bassist of a death metal band. So we knew that she also liked death metal and was into everything that we thought that would influence Crypta. So that's how we did it. And we invited her pretty quickly, I would say. Just send like a message, very harsh and short, asking for her to join the band. And she was just like immediately yes, very short too. Very weird. And then we started to have meetings with her and talk about writing music. And also we were saying before that we took a long time to write the songs, and that was also something that we just met Sonia. She just got in the project. We knew nothing about her. We didn't know how to write music with different people. And then we just had that strange person in the band, just having meetings and finding out how to play with her. And and that was it. And then we got more close and started to understand how we write music with time, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, with Sonia too. I mean, Sonia, like I saw an interview with you, Fernanda, like you would send riffs to her and she would send it back totally different. Like she'd add to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
she'd make the
definitely.
riff better.
Yeah, definitely. There were like, I would always tell her that, because I would send like vocal riffs, because I can't play the guitar. I think of guitarists, but I can't even hold a pick. And then I would send like mouthly riffs, like da, 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 da. And then she would kind of translate it on the guitar. And sometimes she would stick to the original thing that I had created, and sometimes she would spice it up with like some melodies here and there, or like put up add a lead on over it. But yeah, she would definitely change it. And also because she is a guitarist, like, of course she would have like a different view of my terrible but still efficient mouth riffs. As for Taina, the story is completely different, because we knew from start also that we would like to have two guitarists. It was just like I guess a personal dream we had, like the guitar duets and stuff like that. Me personally, I started listening to metal influenced by my dad, and we would listen to a lot of new wave of British heavy metal, like where there's lots of this guitar duets and stuff like that. So it was just like a personal dream, but still it was really hard to actually find a second guitarist. Like Luana would be like like she would be like 24/7 on the computer and Instagram and trying to look for guitarists, watching tons of videos a day, and still it was so hard to find a girl that like could play death metal or at least enjoyed playing death metal, and that actually wanted to be in a band with us, because I remember we approached like 2 or 3 girls that said they actually wanted to focus on college. Remember, there was a one girl that said that, and we were like, no, let's play, come on. But then it was just like really hard, and then we had kind of given up, not on the idea of having a second guitarist, but we were kind of thinking, okay, let's just announce the band whenever, like as a trio, and then someone will show up. But then Taina, who was a complete stranger to us, like no videos on the internet, no friends in common, like nothing.
Anonymous person.
Anonymous, totally anonymous. And then she messaged me out of nowhere. And it's not every time that I can actually go through all message requests on my Instagram. And then I ran into her message, and it was like she's got a lot of attitude. And she was like, yeah, I noticed you and Luana have a side project going on, and I think it might be death metal and everything. And I don't know if you have a guitarist. In case you don't, I want to be in the band, and I want to share this, like metal road, metal life with you. And I was like, damn, that's some attitude right there. And I was like, yeah, send us some videos, some material. Of course, we'll see, we'll analyze it and everything. And then first video she sent me, I think it was of her playing Empty Words by Death, like totally nailing it. The solos and everything, I was just like paralyzed. I knew it had to be her. I know it had to be her. But yeah, I was gonna. I just remember something we did. Like we talked about having her, and like we got her in some calls to see, like if she also had like the same vibe we had, and she was it all.
Well, you definitely guys got a good lineup here. And before I move on, Darren Diggle from Wales, UK, was asking, where did you come up with the band name and why?
That's a nice story too. That's a good one. Luana actually came up with this name after like we came up with like 1,000 names that were used already.
After the best tourism of my life, actually. We were touring with Nervosa, and we had a day off. And this day off happened to be in a place that we wouldn't play. It was just like in the middle, in a city in the middle of the places that we needed to go, kind of in between. And it was called Brno in Czech Republic. I think it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know that
Fernanda,
city.
we were just chilling in the hotel, and Fernanda would be looking at the places that she could go and visit, because I never go and see anything. I'm too lazy for that. I just stay at the hotel on the internet all day. And and she was seeing the touristic places, and then she was just like, oh, there's an ossuary in this city. I was just like, oh, okay, that's something I want to see. That's something I've always wanted to see, in real life. It's pretty interesting. Take some pictures and stuff. And then, all right, I accepted to go and walk and go to this ossuary. And we visited that one. Then after that, because it was a beautiful day and we had nothing to do, we found out that there was like the underground of the city to also visit, with some torture machines and some, well, it was the underground. It was pretty creepy. That's why we went there too. And after that, I went to the Capuchin crypt. It's just like a place where they put like priests that died, and there's their bones in there and dead corpses from very old times. Um, and it was amazing, honestly. To me, it was like the best tourism I could have ever done in my life. I never want to go to anything, but that was so creepy. The entire day was just like creepy, dark stuff. And in the middle of that, we were already searching for names for the band. We have searched for every goddess that we could possibly search for, every demon name, every voodoo something name. We were trying like crazy stuff already that didn't make any sense for us, that had nothing to do with any of us, but all, the people already used it all kinds of diseases and everything. You can't find anything cool nowadays, and we wanted something short too and easy to pronounce, so it was even harder because all the good short names were already used. And because we visited lots of underground and stuff like that, we were inside the Osho area, and I was just like, oh, we are just visiting crypts today. Maybe crypt is a cool name. And then I remember immediately that there was already a crypt that I knew. It's a project from the guy on Jodder. And then after that, we were just like, well, okay, but it could be Crypta in Portuguese. And then it could be Crypta with not an I, it could be something else, and we changed the letters and stuff. And we all liked it very much. Second step was because we finally found something. Second step was just to check if there was any bands using the name, because it seemed too good to be true. Crypta. It's impossible that no one used it yet. And we found two bands on Metallum, but they were just like abandoned completely. There was no recordings. There barely a demo from 10 years ago. And I saw that the guys from that band had changed the name. First of all, I don't understand why we would change Crypta for something else complicated, but they did, which is good for us. And no one was using it anymore. So we took it. We just took it. And how do you say this in English? Officialized maybe the name with documents and everything, that it's there's just one Crypta now. And that was it.
There you go, Darren Diggle from the UK. You got your questions answered. And by the way, Mark says hello to both of you.
Mark, I miss him so much. Mark
Yeah.
is really nice.
Dude.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Now that you got this lineup, and before I get into the recording and I want to play your video, I do want to share. You guys mean business. I mean, look at this photo here. Look at that. That's a killer photo. Like, you guys are not messing around here. Like, you guys mean business. Was this taken in Brazil?
Yeah, it was taken on the same day that we were recording the video, and we actually made this whole photo session in literally like 4 minutes tops, because it was like in between the breaks we had there, like where they would be adjusting the scene for us to record. And the photographer just got inside one of the graves that were used in the video clip. And then, but the director said, okay, you have 5 minutes. And the photographer was like, okay, I've got 5 minutes. And he's a very good professional guy. We had discussed the whole, how do you say, the whole idea of the concept. That's the word. We had discussed the whole concept with him previously. He already knew what he wanted. He just set the flashes on, and then he got this beautiful thing right there.
It's a great photo, man. I mean, you guys mean a business. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. And now, speaking of the video, I want to talk about this video here, man. It's you guys put in a lot of work. It's like a movie. It's pretty scary, man. It's pretty scary. You guys like really went all out, like with the credits at the end. But I do want to play it for everyone who's watching. And it's a good song. It's from the Ashes. So let's play it for the people out there, and then we'll get back to it. So everyone enjoy this. This is Crypta from the Ashes. You know what? I'm gonna stop this right here. What a great video, man. I mean, people, if you have kids, do not let them watch that. No, I'm just okay. It was awesome. The song's great. The guitar work, the drum, everything's awesome, man. Good job. And you know what? You released that what 3 months ago, or a few months ago?
Yeah, it was like first single. This was the first single. It was on April 7th.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 months ago.
And it has over 500,000 views. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, man.
Yes. We were like, I still headbang to all our songs. That's awesome. I was watching the video, I was like, damn, man.
I mean, the production's good, the riffs, and the dual guitar solo is awesome, and the drum work is great, Luana. You really bashing
Thank
it,
you.
really
Thank you.
bashing it, man. I know it sucks with the world going on. I know you guys are excited to go out there with this new album and just crush it live.
Yeah. We just can't wait. We were talking about this, me and Luana, we were talking about this morning. Like, we just can't wait. We literally can't wait. We have everything planned already, like stage wise. We know everything is just ready to go. We just like need to get facts and stuff first, but we just can't wait to be out there playing this. Like, I promised myself I'm gonna kiss the stage every time I get on stage right now after this fucking nightmare. Like, I'll
Now,
just worship every stage.
but you do have something lined up, like I believe it's next year, right?
Yeah, we
And
do.
it happens to be this one. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Dude, what a tour. Deicide,
Yeah.
Christian, and Crypta. Oh my god, dude. That's like death metal. These death metal fans are gonna love this tour, you
Yeah.
know.
It's just, to me, it is like the perfect pack, but also, like, I'm pretty sure 14-year-old head banger metalhead Fernanda would be really proud and happy right now, because like Deicide, I've been a fan for like since forever. It's just like so fulfilling and accomplishing to me. I'm like, I first of all, I still can't believe I'm gonna watch them every night. I'm gonna be front row, like, they are the children of the underworld. I just
Look at
can't
you.
wait.
Whoa, whoa. You know what I mean?
I just can't wait. It's gonna be nice. And we also can't believe this is gonna be probably our first tour ever. We could not like get any better than this. It's just really, really cool.
Well, now I want to go back. You're with Napalm Records. Did they sign you without hearing any demos? I mean, how did you guys? I mean, new band, all of a sudden, boom, record out. I mean, or was it through your connection with Nervosa, or how did that come to be?
Yeah. When I left Nervosa, I wrote like the whole Napalm team an email saying goodbye. It was fucking terrible. Oh. Because, like, I had been working directly with them and talking directly to them for almost like 9 years or something, like on a daily basis. So they were like family to me. So I had this farewell email. And then the CEO wrote me, okay, oh, that's sad news, but like, keep me posted on whatever new you have out there. And if you're in a band. And then I mentioned to him that I had a band already, and he was like, if you're ever recording like any demos, please, we want to have priority on listening to that. And then I mentioned this with the girls, who were all excited, because like, we were already planning like how to do it independently and everything. And also, me and Luana, when we left the band, at least me personally, I was like, I was so sad and like uncertain about the future, and if people would keep on supporting us and stuff like that. That to me, it was surprising, like, for everyone around me, like my boyfriend, my friends, everyone was like, of course they were, like, they would want to listen to whatever. And I was like, I just couldn't see that. And then we had like a couple of demos ready. And I think like just a day before we announced the band, I sent it their way. Don't know if they had the time to listen to it, but then like as soon as we announced the band out there, and it was like that crazy frenzy of like lots of people, like started following us, and thousands of people in within hours. And then they wrote me back, like the CEO wrote me back, like saying, we want to sign your band immediately, like immediately. Here's the deal. Let me know if you want to do any adjustments, but please, let's just do this and announce it as quickly as possible. And we're just like, what? But yeah, I mean, I always had a good relationship with them, like it was always a lot of fun, and they were also very professional all the time. And they have this thing of like, like believing in the bands like so much. They did the same with Nervosa, like we had nothing out there, and they just believed us so much. And but still, like I still have to say I was pretty surprised, like I didn't expect it would be like this, like right away as soon as we announced the band. And of course that made everything way easier to us, not only because we knew that we would be like financially backed up to do exactly all this you're seeing and listening to right now, like everything like as professionally as possible, the way we wanted. But also we knew, like me personally, because I still deal with them, like we all do, but I deal with them the most. um I knew that, like the adaptation process would be way easier, because like when you change labels or change whatever companies, like it takes a while till you understand how it works and to get acquainted to everyone. And with Naples, it was like coming back home. So it made just everything way easier, way easier, and enabled us to actually make everything very professionally, I think.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. But go ahead, Luana. What are you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
remember us in the beginning. We thought that because it was a side project and stuff, that we would need to be independent or release through like the smallest of the smallest anything that we could find. And I was already like searching and asking for friends if they could, like, would you release a tape of my band? It's a side project, and like we can start with like 100 or something tapes, and like, and then we signed in Naples. That
Yeah,
was it.
it was just crazy. Because I actually remember we were actually planning, like, okay, is it gonna be an EP? Maybe not, might be expensive. Let's just release a demo then. And then we signed and we had a deal. And then yes, you can do an album and a video clip. And we were just amazed. It was so cool.
I think before I go on, Peter Madison in the chat, in our Facebook chat, said my new favorite band.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Hope
Yeah.
to see you on the road.
Yeah. But you guys, now that you guys signed, but I was just really, it was awesome to see how very active you are on your socials. You built this thing that you said from scratch, and like within a year or a little over a year, you got like 50,000 followers on your Instagram. I mean, you guys have good following on your personal Instagram. So you guys are really, really attacking the socials really well, like you guys like ever before with this new band. So, I mean, and I'm sure it's not going to stop. You know what I mean?
I
And
hope not.
no, and you guys are self-managed right now, right?
Yeah, right now, yeah. We're already talking with a couple of management agencies, because that's one of the things I learned from Nervosa, that it's really healthy to have like a management. Like I really wanted to have that, not only because like it would get the band to another level, but also it means that we would have like more time to actually focus on music. And then from the beginning, like we agreed on Crypta that we wanted to have like a management, but still like we were dealing with so much stuff that was going on already, like that we were kind of managing already. But yeah, we're definitely gonna sign a deal like soon. We really need that, so we have like lots of free time to actually focus on writing another album or whatever else related to music itself.
Now, I mean, you guys mentioned that. I mean, we mentioned earlier that big tour with Deicide and Christian. I know you guys only got together for the recording and the video, but touring's a different thing.
I think me and Fernanda are just like we are. Of course, we gotta know the other girls on tour too, but like
Yeah, yeah.
us, we are so intimate that it's impossible to be more intimate. I would say together on tour. We have shared. Unfortunately, we have shared toothbrush already, so like it can't get worse than that.
Yeah, this is how
Whoa.
much close we are. But yeah, we had to. We shared beds. We shared many things. So we pretty much know how each other works already.
So I
The
mean,
ups
you get
and downs.
wow. I mean, share tooth. I won't do that. I won't go as far as sharing a toothbrush.
It was
But
Yeah, that
extreme.
was bad.
Our stuff had been, how do you say that in English? Our stuff had
They
been
lost
lost.
our stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was extreme. Luana, I think it was your stuff or my stuff. Like one of her
Mine.
stuff.
They lost my bag with all my hygiene stuff, and we were like in an industrial area when we arrived at the tour, and we stayed there for like 3 days. I couldn't find a supermarket. There was no pharmacies, anything. It was just Fernanda and her stuff for 3 days, and I couldn't brush my teeth. I was smelling like a, I don't know, it smelled like a corpse. My mouth was just rotten. And I started to give up after 3 days smelling like that. I couldn't bear my own smell. I was just like, okay, Fernanda, could you please? And she was just like, all right, just wash it properly afterwards, and it will be okay. So yeah, that was that. That was the first time we shared a toothbrush. Hope the last.
now, wow. Well, what a good friend. What a
Wild.
good friend. What a good friend. That's awesome. You have European. You have a Europe tour next year. Do you plan on coming to the States, to America? Is there talk
Definitely.
about coming? Have you guys talked?
Definitely. Like our album apparently like people really like the album there. We got like such a nice feedback, and we just can't, like not think of actually touring the US because like first of all we just want to play all around after this nightmare ends. Like we'll
Yeah.
just go, just invite us, we'll just go. But also like because we've been getting like this nice feedback, and we've discussed this with our booking agent already. There are a couple of options already, but if none of them work out, we're still gonna go, like even for a smaller, like a smaller package or like a small headlining tour or whatever. But we're definitely planning to tour the US next year. Like we'll find a month next year and we'll just go. Like we have to. We have to. I miss playing there so much. Miss playing. Last time I've been there, it was with Nervosa, and it was around like 2016 or 17. So it just can't. Luana didn't have the chance to go there, right, Lu?
No, never been in the US, and I'm quite excited to know the other girls' habits too.
You don't really get to know anybody until you travel with them. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
I mean, we had some intense experience because due to the pandemic and everything, we we need to do like a whole different like planned thing to get the girls here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, to get the album recorded. Because like the pandemic was still going on. Well, it still is. It's still going on. And then like what we did in order for everyone to be safe, and like we just decided to get the studio and get a house rent on the same street where the studio was. It was like 2 houses up or 2 houses down, I don't remember. So we were there for 5 weeks together, living on the same house. It felt like a
Wow.
reality, like a heavy metal reality show, like the Osbournes, but it was like the Cryptas or something.
Did you film it at least? Did you film stuff in there?
We
Could have
didn't
made for good.
film much.
It could have made
Yeah,
some
we
good
didn't
bonus
film
material.
much.
Oh,
I actually, when I think back, I was like, where, what
Why?
happened during this whole time? Like, 'cause of course we had some fun. We had our tea time together and stuff like that, a couple of days, but it passed like this. And also, I do have like a footage that's from Naples that's called Naples Next Door, where I actually show the house we stayed in, but there's no actual like interaction filmed. But yeah, we were like, even me, I live here in Sao Paulo, but I was there with the girls in the house just to make sure none of us were in contact with anyone else like besides the studio staff.
yeah.
So we were there for 5 months, 5 weeks straight on the same house, and then we could kind of learn a little bit of our habits, but not very much because me and Luana stayed on the same room.
Yeah, we didn't share a
Same-
room with the new girls. We just shared a room with each other, which I mean, no surprises, no
Yeah,
alarms, and no surprise. It's
yeah,
like I'm quite curious to know because like me and Fernanda, when we share a room, we know each other so well that I already know how Fernanda sleeps. Like if she twists in bed a lot, and when she's having a nightmare, she's looking just angry all the time while she sleeps. She knows that I would wake up during the night and just open my eyes because I have this thing that I'm like, how do you say that you don't, that sonambulo.
kind of sleepwalker. But
Yeah,
she
we
doesn't walk. She
sleepwalk.
just wakes up and talks random creepy stuff.
Yeah, I want to share with the other girls to see who's creepiest, or who's lactose intolerant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. But you know what? You guys do have a great band. The album is awesome. The production's great. The performance is great. I mean, you guys, if you guys keep doing what you're doing, I think, you guys would, it's going to do well. So, I mean,
Thank you.
I have to do that.
Thank
Really,
you. We did our
really.
best.
You,
But it,
whew, you guys did better than best, I think.
thank you. And it was all planned. I mean, me and Luana, we were very methodic. I don't know if this word, if there's such a word in English, but we have our method on working with stuff. And as for the video, like we knew we wanted it to be more cinematic than actually looking like a video clip, for example. So it was all planned. Like our social media, we have a whole plan. We have like a whole visual identity we want to keep. So like we're very, yeah, we just took care of every detail. Like everything you see out there was previously and very well discussed and planned. We just wanted, like to be as professional as possible, like mainly because right now, like I think every artist needed to reinvent themselves in a way, like during the pandemics. And this is the only interaction that we've been having with our fans. So we just thought, okay, let's just provide them the best thing possible, like best material possible. So they kind of feel close to us, and that, like it's actually pleasant to watch, right? And to see and whatever.
Yeah, if you guys keep it going the way you're doing it, by the time you hit Europe, it's just gonna get crazy for you guys. Your first show and
I
first
can't
tour, it's
wait.
gonna be insane.
I
I
hope
can't
so.
wait.
You
Lucky
know.
will be the one who watch our first shows live, because I've been stocking up on energy so much that I literally don't know what's gonna happen next time I step on the stage. Like whoever's watching there and had the chance to watch me live knows that I'm like
Oh yeah, I've
I'm
seen you
compl-
live.
I get completely insane, like yeah, like running from side to side, and then I just can't wait. Like I've been stocking, seriously stocking up on energy, like no way to properly discharge it. So our first shows, I think, are gonna be special.
I
I'm
think
just
so
kidding.
too. I think it's gonna be so. You guys are gonna have so pent up energy. You're probably gonna turn around to Luana and say, "Slow down, slow down. You're playing too
Well,
fast."
I hope so. I hope that happens.
Well, let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you personal. Each of you, Luana, who's your favorite modern day drummer, and Fernanda, who's your favorite modern day vocalist?
Wow,
Vocal.
my number one favorite top ever is Eloy Casagrande from Sepultura.
Oh my
I
God.
think if you ask any drummer, any metal drummer, I think 98% of them will say Eloy. It's insane. Everyone
Yeah.
loves him.
Yeah, he's out of control. We had I follow him on Instagram. I watch his videos, and we had the pleasure of we did Australia tour with them, an Australia tour. So I'm watching him every night is very it's mind blowing. So I
It's
agree with you on
intense.
very intense. So I agree with you, Luana. Fernanda, who's your favorite modern day vocalist?
Um, I was trying to think because like when it comes to singing, I have two completely different worlds, like the metal world and the world outside metal. And I was trying to think of um the metal world. I think the one that I admire a lot, although like the clean singing is not really my the it's not really what I usually look up to. But one singer that I really admire right now is Tatiana from Ginger. Like the transitions she does, they're really hard to do. And her lows are actually pretty inspiring. So I would say that this like current modern day singer in metal rock, she would be the one. But outside metal, I've been just like mind blown, but by a singer that to me is my I kind of found out about her this last week, and she's called Andra Day. Like she's the best singer like ever. She's so not ever, but like currently she's my favorite singer. She's so good. I got to know her when she was acting on that movie United States versus I don't know if it says versus, but yeah, Billie Holiday. She was acting on Billie Holiday in there, and I thought she was an actress, and I loved, and I thought she deserved the Oscar. She should have been the one, in my humble opinion. And then, like some time ago, last week, a friend told me that she's actually a singer. She was a singer before acting, and she's just amazing, amazing. I love, like soul and blues singers, and she's just the best, the best. I'm amazed. I might try and cover one of her songs. She's just really great. Andra Day.
All right, I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to check it out.
She's great. It's just crazy what she does. Like in a song, she uses like 58 different vocal techniques. She's just really good.
All right, we're getting to the close of the stream, and I want to thank you, lady. Yeah, really. Come on, man. Really, I know we could go on and on, but it comes to an end. But before we end it, or I end it, I always ask my guests 12 questions. I call them the dirty dozen. So I fire them off, and you got to answer them. All right? You ready? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. Mild or spicy?
Mild.
Whoa, you both know each other real well. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Cats, definitely.
Okay.
I'm a cat lady too.
Okay. A movie you could watch over and over again.
So many. But The Fabulous Destiny of Amélie Poulain. I love that movie. I know it's kind of romantic. I love this movie.
I like romantic movies too. They're my favorites. How about you,
I would
Luana?
say Back to the Future.
Oh,
I love Back to the
That's
Future.
so cool.
I like Back to the Future.
Ricky is so cool. I want to be Ricky.
Okay. Biggest pet peeve, meaning what annoys you?
Uh, so many things currently. Currently, like loud noises, and I live in a very noisy street. There's always someone screaming, like cars uh crashing, and it's always like the motorcycles here and there. So like loud noises have been really annoying to me. Maybe I'm just a little bit cabin fevered, but loud noises.
Okay,
Makes me
Luana, how about
feel
you?
so.
What annoys you?
I would say if you don't let me shower, or if there's no shower place for me to go, or if the shower place is really bad, it makes me insane, dude. Like you can give me a gun and send me to war if you don't let me shower for 2 days. I get like out of myself.
Okay, I can see
I,
that.
I I can I can prove that. I can prove that. The every time I saw Luana like at her angriest was definitely when she was like, I feel dirty, I feel oily, I need a shower. Definitely.
Oh, it's good to know you like to be clean. So, what? How about this? What time does your alarm clock go off every morning?
Uh,
Alarm
yeah, alarm.
routine.
Your
My
internal alarm.
uh, well, I usually wake up. I have a pretty regular routine thing. I would say I usually wake up at 9 and go to bed at midnight, 1 a.m. That's
Okay.
that's it. I'm regular. Luana is kind of different.
Yeah.
No.
I am terrible. I don't have schedules or routine. My routine for a long time was to wake up at 7 in the night, and then I would sleep when it was like 9 in the morning. And then I completely switched some days ago because I was just like I was going to sleep at 10, 11 midday, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna switch. And now I'm waking up like in the during the dawn, and then I go to sleep during the afternoon or something like this. So it's changing every time. I don't have.
All right. How about this? A song you love to sing when you're all alone.
Ah, metalheads are gonna hate this.
Hey, man. No, be real. Don't think about who's gonna hate it. Come on, we all have that
No, I'm
song.
I'm I'm all good. I'm a declared Beyonce fan. I have her tattooed on my leg, her and Amy Winehouse, and definitely Sandcastles by Beyonce. I just love that song, man. I would sing that in the shower, mainly when I'm sad or anything. It's just like such a beautiful song. Of course, I fuck it up every time. She's just too good. I just can't match her technique, but still, I love to sing this song.
All right. I know Luana has a song. Come on.
I have one, a very specific one. It's Gloria Gaynor. I Will Survive. I can't.
Oh.
That song is just the best song ever. I'm usually singing that when I'm alone.
There you go. It's catchy. See, music speaks to people differently. That's awesome, man. I love hearing this. What's your dream vacation?
Um, I have
Mine.
so many destinations on Earth I would like to go still, but probably, of course, I would like to visit Egypt and the pyramids one day. But yeah, I know. I would love to do, and I'm not saying this because you're from the US, that it's nothing, like I don't, but I would love to spend like 2 months driving all over the national parks in the US.
Oh, okay.
Yosemite and everything. I've been discussing this with my boyfriend. I would love to do this trip.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I've heard a few people do that and they loved it. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I would love to.
Luana.
This is something I'm planning to, but my favorite vacation would be spending like at least a week on like a Tudor castle that became a hotel now somewhere in England. Those like very luxurious one that I would probably save a lot of money to stay in. Then that like every room looks like a church, your personal church. Everything Tudor, and like stay in the bedroom of James the First and the historical stuff like that. That's just like I can't wait to sleep in a museum, for example.
Wow, that is very different and unique, but I like it. But okay, I hope that happens for you. All right. What's the one thing about you that annoys others?
Definitely my sleeping patterns, as Luana mentioned already, because like I'm like a tornado on bed. It's crazy. Like I twist all the time. And then with my boyfriend, now it's super cold here. We usually sleep with two different blankets because I would just still, like, seriously still. And then he would wake up like in fetal position, like freezing to death because I just stole all his stuff. And so, yeah, my sleeping patterns can be can really annoy people. I also have, I don't know how to say that in English, but like I grind my teeth when I
Yeah.
sleep. So I am the
Uh,
whole nightmare package. Like I'm just terrible. And I speak languages when I sleep. I can speak Spanish, English. I can laugh. I can cry. A whole bunch of stuff. So I would say it's pretty hard to sleep in the same room as me.
Woo! How about you,
it's
Luana?
a it's a fucking nightmare. Us both sleeping in the same room.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's terrible.
hell. Yeah,
Luana is
but
pretty. It's really creepy. Like she's really creepy because she literally wakes up and talks to you, and it doesn't make sense. And then the other day she doesn't remember and she makes noises. She screams. I'm like, there's actually a good story from. I know we're wrapping this up, but there's a good story from the tour we did with destruction
oh yeah.
that we were in the bunk and she woke up. Oh man, that's just really good.
Um, I don't know. I think I'm annoying in many ways, but the main one is that I think it's because I take lots of time to go to bed, to get ready to go to bed, and it can be troublesome during the tour because like I take a long time to shower, and then I take a long time to dry my hair, and then I take a long time to wash my face and brush my teeth, and then I have to specifically do like this and that with my clothes in the bag, and then I have to, it's like many fucking steps and it never ends, and I can't just write to bed. I have to do my many steps uh,
Routine.
checklist.
Your
Yeah.
routine. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
I could say, yeah, we had this one dude we had on our tour. He was doing merch. I won't mention his name. He has a routine like that. He has to get in his bunk. Like, I have to do this. Sometimes I go, just get in and sleep. Like, don't
I'm
fold
that
your
guy.
clothes. Don't comb your hair. Don't do nothing. Just sleep. Do that in the morning.
It's funny you said this because I comb my hair before I go to sleep. I can't sleep
See?
without doing it. It pisses me off if my hair is not straight before I go to bed.
Yeah, that's what I told our merchant. Just get in there. I want him to kick him in there. All right. What's your favorite smell?
Ah, that's a nice question.
Oh, good.
Favorite smell? I do have, yeah, not might not be my, but it's my favorite right now that I can remember is like garlic and onions being like slowly cooked in olive oil. Damn, this is the best smell ever. Like every time I'm cooking, I turn to my boyfriend and said, "That's the best fucking smell right there." I always say that, and he's like, "Yeah." Like I just love this smell. It's so good. I know it's like random, but I just love it. Garlic is the best thing ever in nature.
There you go.
You made me think on cheddar cheese. Like imagine cheddar cheese your favorite smell. It's just so bad. No one likes it.
You like cheddar cheese is your favorite smell?
No, it's not my
Oh.
favorite, but I like it. But mine is herbal things like shampoos that are made of rosemary or tea smells like rosemary again, black tea, stuff like that. Herbs,
Oh,
plants
okay,
smell.
herbs. All right, good. Okay, an instrument you wish you could play.
I would definitely say drums. I love drums.
Me too.
When we're
Me too.
writing music, I actually suggest many drum lines to Luana when she's out of ideas. I'm like, yeah, I do have one or two or three ideas. You can try and squeeze it in. I love drums. I would love to be able to play them, but I can only do two ta two two ta two. That's all.
Luana.
I would love to play drums. Just kidding.
Come on, shit.
Oh my god.
I would say I would say guitar. I wish I could play guitar. I have some ideas and I can't express them. It makes me frustrated.
Okay, all right. That's cool. You guys are complimenting each other. Here's one for you. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being horrible, 5 being incredible, how good of a dancer are you?
I would say I'm not that bad because I used to dance a lot when I was a kid, like typical Brazilian music. And also when Spice Girls was out there, like I was the biggest fan. I was Melanie C, so I knew all the moves. So yeah, I'm not that bad. Let's say three. Let's stay in the middle.
Three, okay. Luana.
I would say one. I can't move. I can't jump. I'm stiff. I'm like, yeah, I can't. I would like to do ballet though someday.
All right.
Pretty
Okay.
stiff, kind of dancing.
Last and final question is a very odd one. What did you have for breakfast today?
I had it was pretty meh, but I had like a banana coconut like vegan shake, kind of
Okay.
like vitamin, and crackers and vegan. I forgot how to say that, but a vegan spread.
Okay.
No big deal.
Luana.
Pasta, chicken, and broccoli from last night.
Ooh, oh, that's good. Oh, if you hear my dog's barking because there's a delivery guy here, so don't mind him. And I'm gonna give a bonus question. Who's your all-time favorite metal band?
Iron Maiden,
All time.
definitely.
Iron Maiden for you, Luana, right?
For me.
Yeah, for me, definitely not Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay. Well, who is your all-time favorite metal band?
I would say In Solitude, but it changes from time to time. It's Slipknot or In Solitude.
I'll get that. How about you, Fernanda?
Iron Maiden. That me.
Oh,
I told that.
that's
Yeah, I
you.
even got them tattooed and everything. Stevie Harris was the person who made me want to play the bass. So definitely. Oops.
Awesome. Ladies, thank you. Before we go, I want to give a shout out to your girls, Sonia and Tanya. Is that how you say it? Correct me.
Taina.
Taina. Great
Yeah.
job. Great band. Great job on the album. I wish you
Thank
all
you.
the success. And if there's, the floor is yours. If there's anything you want to say to the viewers, let them know where they could find you, your record. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Lou?
All right. I will start with the social media. So if you want to find us on social media, it's Crypta Def on Instagram, Crypta Def on Facebook, and on YouTube, we are Crypta Official. And we also have stores all around. We have one in Europe that it's cryptashop.com. And the Brazilian one is cryptashop.com.br. And we have amagenciamexico.com that is for North America. And I think that's all. But if you search for us in social media, you're gonna find we have more social medias than we remember, I think.
Yeah. And well, I do have a final message to everyone who's watching us there. I think I've been saying this on all interviews and everything. Like during the pandemics, we learned that we could live without many things, right? Without going to our favorite restaurant, to like seeing our best friends in person or whatever. But we also learned that we cannot live without art. Like none of us here spent a day without listening to music or watching a movie or a series or reading a book or whatever. And we noticed that art really can make terrible times go smoother. So my message here is, let's keep cherishing art and artists more and more, because we now know that we cannot live without art. That's the one thing we cannot live without. So that's my humble message.
Well, there you go, everyone. Please follow the girls, Crypta Death, and I know Fernanda and Luana have their own. Follow them. They're fun to watch on Instagram. It's great. And girls, thank you very much. Stick around when I end this so we can have a chat. But everyone, thank you for watching live and streaming with Fernanda and Luana from Crypta. Go follow their stuff. It's fun. And happy Saturday. So see you guys later.
See you.